Hi everyone, this is Rambabu Vasupilli. Welcome to NCPL. I am the CEO of NCPL Group of Companies. In this video, I am going to discuss about a controversial topic. Is it a good idea to have only one resume, or is it good idea to have a resume prepared for each and every JD? My suggestion would be it is not a good idea to prepare a resume for each and every JD. Instead, prepare a resume, a generic resume, which can cater to the requirements of multiple job postings for the role that you are trying to attend interviews for. So, how you should prepare that resume? I have done one video. What are the steps that you need to do? You can watch that video in this playlist. But if you ask me, is it a good idea to prepare multiple resumes for each and every JD? I'm not a big fan of that. I'm sure many of the YouTube channels, TikTok videos, Instagram reels, or Google always suggest that you should prepare a separate resume for each JD and submit that resume to the hiring managers or the recruiters to have a high probability of getting picked up. What happens is when you prepare a resume, you should be very confident of talking about each and every word, every line, and every scenario that you mentioned in the resume, right? So, but if you keep modifying the resume based on the JD, then you don't have a control of what you mentioned. You forget whatever you have mentioned, and then you go for the interview, and then you don't even know what is the answer for that point that you mentioned, and you will be messing up the whole interview. Instead, if you know each and every point in the resume, what is the scenario you have mentioned in the resume, what kind of storytelling that you have to do for each one of the point, how you wanted to describe it, what you wanted to explain when they ask you what you have done in the specific company or specific situation, what have you done with this tool. You should be prepared for all those things, right? But if you just copy paste the JDs and some of the points in the JD in the resume, all right, it might get picked up in the application tracking system, but then when you go for the interview, you'll obviously mess it up, isn't it? So having a multiple resume is multiple resumes is not a good idea. I know I have prepared myself 72 versions of my own resume based on the JDs, but I was never successful there. But now I can tell you a trick how you can still have a generic resume but still have some of the skill set picked up from the JD and then still get picked up by ATS. So I'll tell you. So when you prepare the resume, try to leave some space, some paragraph of space in the resume, be it 1 page or 2 page. Let's say if you have prepared a 2-page resume, you restrict the content of the resume to 1 full page and 80% of the second page, and leave the 20% of the second page empty. And in that empty space, try to put some of the core keywords in each of the JD, and then make the font invisible, make the color of the font white. So it looks as if there is nothing when you print it, but internally there is some text which has some keywords, and those keywords can be read by the application tracking system, but they are not visible, right? So this is how you fool the system to get picked up. So whatever keywords you wanted to put in the resume, don't change the content of the resume, but instead whatever is the empty space in the resume, put those keywords, so that, and color those keywords in pure white so that it is not visible. Even if they print out your resume, it is not visible. But since there is a text inside, ATS will still recognize as the text, and it will try to see that keyword and calculate its density and try to shortlist your resume, because you do have the keywords in that resume. So this is how you should trick the system. Instead, if you try to modify the entire content of the resume, it is really not going to work out. You lose control of the whole resume. You can't talk about any points, and it is going to be quite messy. I hope you understood the trick. If you wanted to know more trick like this, watch all my videos in this playlist. And if you wanted to talk to me about a specific scenario, feel free to schedule a call in my calendar. The calendar link is in the description of this video. And don't forget to share, like, and forward and subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this. Thank you so much.